Hi everyone, welcome to the railway today. Where do I start? Anyway, well, I should start by saying, obviously, thanks for joining me. Thank you for supporting my channel so far. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. Okay, so I'll begin. So first of all, we've got all of that horrible back edge of the control panel done away with. So now, look, we can see the street scene much more clearly. If I put the lights on, you can see. At least now we can see the actual street without it being obscured by that unsightly piece of backboard on the control shelf. So that's gone, and as you can see, I've got much more free access to look at it and also to add bits and pieces to work on it as well. Much more better, isn't it? And it fits quite snugly up there actually, so that's a good result. So today's been a bit of a weird one. It's Thursday. I don't normally do a running video on a Thursday. It's normally Saturdays are my day where I normally settle this lot up and run it. But today I wanted to get some things done, and that included getting the layout set up and having a go with the new stuff that I got from eBay recently. You may or may have noticed that there's a video missing from my channel. It's the video I did recently, the upload about the Bachmann Jubilee. Well, let's just say it wasn't exactly Jubilee celebrations today with it. It ran fine bench tested, but actually putting it on the layout is a different thing. And locos tend to behave a lot differently when they're out on your layout than they do when you just put two wires on it and test it from the table or something like that, which is what I did. It created a lot of problems. It was very erratic for a start, and I didn't like the look of it. So I thought, okay, maybe it needed a clean. And I thought, well, no, I cleaned it the day before. I cleaned the wheel rims with some sandpaper and then went over it with a cotton bud and some lighter fluids. Everything was shiny clean. See your face in the wheels, that sort of thing. So it wasn't the wheels. It's definitely not my track, because my track work is perfect. It's all connected up electrically sound. I've got my Deluxe Gauge Master electronic twin high frequency track cleaner there, which eradicates any stalling or dirt on the track. So normally with everything I've got, if the loco starts to perform a little bit poorly, then I know it needs a service and clean, and the pickups and the wheels need cleaning, or it might need a drop of oil. But 9 times out of 10, it's the wheels that need cleaning. So that wasn't the problem. So I spent from, what was it, 9:35 to 9:40ish this morning to about 4:45 this afternoon. The best part of the day, sitting down with it on the table, stripped it right down, and this thing would not work. One of the things I noticed in the layout that it was doing, I didn't video it, but unfortunately it was binding in terms of the wheels. The wheels weren't running very smoothly. They were locking up and they just weren't very smooth. I looked at the quartering arrangement, which is obviously the first thing you do with any steam locomotive, be it an 040, 060 or a tender engine. The first thing you check is the quartering, which is the correct angle that the wheels are set for the conrods. And if they're too tight, they will bind and you won't get an even true run. That's what it was doing. So I thought, okay, let's check the wheels out to make sure it wasn't doing that. Maybe the conrods haven't been set properly. Whoever had it, didn't sort it out. So I checked all that and checked the back-to-back. No, that was all fine. This thing would not run. So it got worse and worse, and I just cleaned out all the axles. I re-lubed it. No, that wasn't doing it. It just didn't want to run. It was very, 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 very stiff, and I tried oiling a little bit on the bearing at the end of the motor, which you really shouldn't have to do, but I did it just as a thing. No, that didn't do it. I tried everything. It just really was extremely poor. It just didn't want to run, and the more I tried to tinker with it, the more and more worse things got. And in the end, I'm very ashamed to say this, but I actually lost my rag with it. It takes a lot to wind me up, especially a model. I don't do that with a model. I normally put it aside and walk away and come back the next week or whatever. But no, this thing really wound me up, because I'd used a whole chunk of my day when I could have been running trains today and making more videos. But it got the better of me. And let's just say I gave it a funeral in the bin in the kitchen. It no longer lives. And they said, well, you say, oh, you shouldn't have thrown it away. You could have kept it for spare parts, or you could have sold it on eBay for spares and repairs. Well, let's just say, without too many unkind words, that there wasn't enough spare parts when I finished with it. And I'll leave it at that. Box, everything went in the bin. I'm just so furious because eBay, I don't slag off eBay or, run eBay down and say, oh, it's a crap site, because it is very good for a lot of things. This is the second Loco I've got off eBay that has not worked or just been completely wrongly advertised. And I'm a little bit annoyed that I paid £64 and a couple of pence postage for something that just gave me so much trouble that couldn't be fixed. It really was a very poor runner, and it's something that I thought, you know what? By the time if I even got a new chassis for it, that's the same price as what I paid for it, pretty much. Even a second-hand Jubilee Bachmann chassis is about 60 odd quid, something like that. So I thought, no way, if I'm not going to buy the thing again, I'm done with it. So really, I was just so frustrated to the point where I just threw it away. I know it's a very sacrilegious thing to do in the hobby, to throw a Loco you've just bought off eBay in the bin, but that's what it came to today, folks. I was just so peeved off with it. It just would not do what it was supposed to do. When I actually took it apart, I found there was a big hole in the side of the where the motor sits. It's not the hole the motor should sit in. It was like a defect hole, like a bit like Mazut rot, but something in the casting process sort of hole. And I thought, oh, that's even worse. And this Julie really generally didn't want to run and behave itself, so it got chucked in the bin. I'm a bit upset. Well, I am upset about it because I don't like to do that with any Loco. That's my £64 in the bin, you might as well say. But I've learnt my lesson. I'm never ever going to buy really old Bachmann stuff ever again, because it was the older type Bachmann manufactured stuff before the recent stuff. If you can glance over at in the shot there in my pile of stock over there, I do own a couple of Bachmann items in terms of locomotives and rolling stock. But on the Loco side, yeah, I've got a couple of Bachmann items, but these are the newer stuff, and they absolutely are smooth as silk. Never a problem with them. The only thing I do is clean them and give them once in a while, give them a bit of an oil, but that's it. I never have any problems with them. But this thing, it just wanted to fight me all the way. It was actually very much like working on a mainline brand steam Loco, not a mainline full size steam Loco, but the Palitoy mainline toy company that brought out the infamous Jubilees back in the 70s, late 70s, 80s, which I've still got. That I expect to run erratically because of its design, and because of its age, and because of its notoriety as a model. But we're talking about a Bachmann model that shouldn't have done that, and it shouldn't have gone to pot like that, and it really did. Everything just started to go wrong on it. And it makes me wonder that the seller wasn't exactly very accurate or true, and why it was, it was a little bit cheaper than normal. Because I've seen those go, for sort of 75 upwards in price, £75 upward on eBay. The newer Jubilees from Bachmann, they're about £180, I think, upwards. The ones that have got DCC sound fitted, and all you got to do is take the chip out of that and the speaker and just convert it back to DC. But it's still a high-end price model for Bachmann. But something that of lesser age, something that's older, should I say, you shouldn't really expect to have that go wrong like that. I could have sent it back to the seller if there was an option to do that. I could have even taken it down to James Trains. I could have, looked at sourcing a complete brand new chassis. Either way, it was more expensive. I didn't want to pay out, and I was just really angry that I'd spent so many man hours of today just wasting time faffing around with it when I could have been getting on and running some trains. So that's exactly what I'm going to do now. Please do apologise for the rant, and we'll get some trains running. So as you can see, we've got the street lights lit up there. So let's put the other ones on, shall we? Let's brighten things up. And let's also run some trains, as I said. So if you go and quickly grab a beverage, or you need to excuse yourself momentarily, I shall pause this. I shall come back and we will get some trains running. Okay, thank you for that brief pause, and we will get some trains running. Here we have the Class 121 Lima bubble car in the platform. And as you can see, this is one of the reasons why I so really wanted one of these. I desperately wanted one of these for my layout. When I was designing and building this layout, and I incorporated these little short branch line terminal platforms, I thought back then the perfect little service for that would be a bubble car, which I didn't have. But now I do. So we're going to run the bubble car. There she is. Well, we've got the stick off. So looking on the old bell code instructions earlier, is the line clear for diesel rail car, or diesel rail bus, as it said on the Western region copy of the bell code instructions I've got from BR. Well, this will be classed as a diesel rail bus, I suppose. It's a bubble car, double-ended unit. So yeah, diesel rail bus. I think we can use 313. So what we'll do, we'll get call of attention first of all to the box. Four and a 3, line clear to home signal. Thank you very much. Let's set the points. Okay, let's bring this bubble car out, shall we? And there she comes. Now this is a Lima model, and again, this is why I love Lima brand products, which is now currently owned by Hornby, because Lima went bust and Hornby bought out the company with their tooling and their everything and rebranded it as Hornby Railroad Range. But this is a cracking model. Look at that. Bring it into the centre platform. Thank you very much. Stop it there. Turn the lights out. Okay, so we've got in the platform the bubble car, the Class 121 single diesel rail car, and then next to it we've got a J52 with a rake of those Coke wagons, which I restored and got from eBay the other day. They're on the outside platform. We'll get those going shortly, but I think what we'll do, I'll get this Lima Class 121 on the way, because I want you to see that this makes up for the Jubilee that got trashed today. This is a beautiful model, and you'll see that the lights really do make a great effect in it. I'll just get it going and then you can see for yourselves. Right, so again, it's classed as a diesel rail bus, but it's a diesel rail car, so it comes under 313. So line clear up to home signal. Thank you very much, matey. Right, here we go. What I'll do, I'll turn the lights off in a minute and you can actually have a look at this with all the lights on and with the main lights off. Whoop. There she comes. There she goes off in the distance, trundling away with that red tail lamp on the back. So this is a Lima model, as I said. The company Lima, I highly praise. They're an absolutely were an absolutely fantastic model railway company. They were in Italy, and they just basically made all the British outline models of locomotives, diesels, steam engines, wagons, coaches. They did everything from a complete range of rolling stock to train sets. They did buildings, track, everything. They were a little bit of a rival to Hornby on the Italian side, but they produced some very fine models, as you can see from this example here. It's a beautiful model, isn't it? And again, it's so much more reliable than that thing that I disposed of today. Yeah, definitely the Lima DMUs, diesel rail cars like these, they're diesels. They're all superb machines to look at, and their performance. This has got the old Lima pancake style motoring, which it's got a bit of a growl to it. But my example was pretty smooth because it was given a bit of TLC as soon as I got it. But very happy with that. Look how smooth it is. But anyway, let's dim the house lights, shall we, and we'll see how this looks. Really bright, isn't it? But that's all wired in with resistors, obviously, to work up to 12 volts. But as you can see, it is an incredibly bright lighting set they've used in there. Whoever's done that, again, is 10 out of 10. It's actually even brighter than my Bachmann 2-car. What is it now? My 108 DMU 2-car. It's even brighter than that. Very nice. Right, let's actually turn the lights off completely and we can have a look at everything and see how it looks. The bubble car's coming round now, and you can't miss it. Look how bright that is. Wow. My goodness, that's really super bright. Look at that. Really lovely. Nice glowing red tail lamp on the back there. Yeah, that definitely was a good bargain to pick that up. That was worth waiting for the snowdrifts in Yorkshire to clear, to the postman to bring that all the way down to London. Fantastic. Very pleased with that. And you've got the option to turn the lights off if you get a little bit annoyed with the lights being on all the time, but you can switch them off. But I like it. I think it's brilliant. Maybe a bit too bright, I don't know, but I think they look very good. They look brighter on the phone camera because I'm using an iPhone to film this, but in reality they're a little bit dimmer. There's a nice orangey glow coming out of them. But yeah, I'm extremely pleased with that. Let's come round the other side of the layout this evening and look at some different shots of this coming round. That really is, wow, bright, isn't it? And there it goes off into the distance, trundling past the The row of suburban houses there. Really lights up the tunnel as well, doesn't it, coming through there, through the station. I'll tell you something, if I had a large enough bedroom and I could have this permanently set up in the corner of a big bedroom or something, it'd be nice to sort of lie in bed of a night time and sort of sit and watch this go around, wouldn't it? I hope you're getting the same feeling by watching this. It's very relaxing and cosy, isn't it? I won't zoom in too much because the dark dim light doesn't do too well with the zoom mode. So I'll try and get that in as best we can. Here she comes. It's almost like car headlights, isn't it? Really is. That's fantastic. That's brilliant. Oh, we zoom right out. You can do a helicopter shot as if you were flying above in an airplane or something, going over the town. You know, like when you fly at night time, you look out the window and you see all the tiny lights below. Okay, so I think what we'll do, we'll get that J52 with that rake of vintage Hornby Coke wagons behind it. We'll get that away. So because it's a mineral train, that'll come under a bell code of 3. So we'll offer it up. Thank you very much. Line clear to home signal. And here she comes. And they look rather nice behind there, don't they? Behaving themselves so far, which is good. Okay, let's turn the lights out a little bit and see what we've got. Very good. Let's turn all the lights out. Simon's got a good fire. Well done. What a difference that makes, doesn't it, without that horrid bit of backboard. Now I can see it properly. And you can at home as well, which is more important. Okay, so what we've got is the J52. I've swapped things around. I've put it on track number 2 going around at the moment on that mineral train, just trundling its way through there. There she comes with the evening coal train, or coke train actually. And then we're going to get this 121 bubble car away, I think. I'm not going to bother with the bells. Yeah, some of you will say out there, because I know that annoys you, but you get the general idea. So this would be a bell code again of 3. 1, 3. Because 3 is a mineral train and 313 is a diesel rail bus or rail car. And then what we're going to do, we're going to cross it over to the outer platform, I think, and drop down into the station there. Right, that's that done. Okay, we'll get that bubble car on the way, I think. We've set the point so it's now going to go on the outer track as opposed to the middle road on the loop. There it goes. And I think what we'll do is we'll just pull a few points in the yard, and I think we'll bring that mineral train in to the loading dock. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just put this bubble car into the bay platform. There we are, up to the sound drag. That will do you. And that will do you. Right, okay. Stay tuned. I'll be making some more videos over the next couple of days. It's been a bit hectic today, to be honest with you. And it's, what time is it in the evening? It is almost 20 bells past 8. So by the time I actually start putting this away, disconnecting it, probably looking about probably 9:15. And I'll be tired by then, so I am going to probably screw it down, tail lamp on the end and stable for the night. So anyway, again, sorry it wasn't much, but I wanted to share what I got up to today, and obviously the frustrating news that you I'm sure appreciate my frustrations. But there we are, no more Jubilees for me on eBay. Oh, give those a wide berth, I think. Stick to something else that I think is going to be okay. Anyway, we all live and learn, don't we, in the hobby? It's one of them things. No good crying over spilt milk, as they say. It's done, it's done. And just keep moving on, I suppose. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Hope you're all safe and well. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. And I'll see you soon in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.